How's everyone doing? Today I have a Blu-ray update with 8 pickups right here. And if you've seen any of these movies, definitely let me know what you think of them and let me know which one is your favorite. And I haven't seen any of these, so let me know which one I should watch first as well. Leave me those comments down below. But first up, there are 3 Criterion Collection releases, and the first one is The Flavor of Green Tea Over Rice, a film by Yasujiro Uzo, who did a Tokyo Story, did a bunch of other well-known great films that Criterion Collection has released. And this is from 1952. It is spine 989. And this looks to be another drama film dealing with a family dynamic. This is about a middle-aged childless couple and just how different the wife and husband are. One is from a small town, the other one is city-bred, sophisticated, and their niece is staying with them. That kind of changes their dynamic as well. It says it's one of the most spirited treatments with a wry, tender humor and buoyant expansiveness that moves the action from the home into the baseball stadium, pachinko parlors, and ramen shops of post-war Tokyo. So I am intrigued, and Criterion Collection always does a great job with their releases, and this looks like to be another of those cases with the special features transfer, and you get a booklet in here as well. I appreciate when they do the booklets, behind the scenes information and photos, and sometimes a write-up. It looks like a koi pond right there in the disc artwork. So I'm not familiar with this one. I do know of his work though, so I'm looking forward to checking it out. Next up from Douglas Sirk is Magnificent Obsession. I remember seeing this one, but you know, the cover art and seeing the movie, the DVD of it, this is the Blu-ray, but I've never checked it out. This is from 1954. It is spine 457. And this had a previous release on Criterion Collection through DVD. But this is, I guess, Rock Hudson's breakthrough role is what it says. He plays a reckless playboy who crashes his speedboat, and he has to get emergency attention from the town's only resuscitator. And that very same time, a beloved local doctor has a heart attack and loses his life while waiting for the life-saving device. And after that, Rock Hudson's character and then Jane Wyman's character, who is the doctor's widow, they say they find themselves inextricably linked, and there's amid a series of increasingly wild twists, turns, trials, and tribulations. So I'm intrigued. This sounds like it's going to be a good melodrama, maybe some romance aspect going into. I find the story for this very intriguing, so I'm definitely excited to check this one out too. I've been meaning to see this one for a while. I remember, again, seeing the previous DVD release for it and wanting to check it out, and I never got around to it. But again, some good special features on here. And it's a 2-disc set. I love the unique artwork choice right there. So the first disc right there is Douglas Sirk's 1954 release of the film. And then you also have on the second disc, Magnificent Obsession 1935, which is from John M. Stahl. That was his adaptation of the film. So this, I guess, is a remake or a readaptation, whatever terminology you like to use. And then you got the booklet in here as well. And this has some interior artwork. It's just basically this same color scheme in there, but something simple like that adds a nice touch, especially for physical media collectors. Criterion Collection is one of the best companies out there releasing films today, Blu-rays, from their regular editions to their box sets. I especially love what they do with their box sets. This is the Coker trilogy, 3 films by Abbas Kiarostami, and this is spine number 990, 991, and 992 respectively. Really nice looking box set. The 3 films are Where is the Friend's House from 1987, and Life Goes On from 1992, and Through the Olive Trees from 1994. These are all set in a northern Iranian town of Coker. These are Persian films, it says. I am not familiar with these ones. I have heard of the Coker trilogy, but I don't know much about them. It looks like it's all set in this kind of like a small town, and just the dramatic aspects and the relationships going on there. This is a complex network of human relationships that sustain both a movie set and a village. So yeah, it sounds pretty intriguing as well. I like kind of a slice of life, especially from different cultures. It says the cosmic majesty and mystery of ordinary life. Again, some special features right there. New 2K digital restorations, and slides out like that. And you've got kind of a digipack design. This is really intriguing the way that this is set up. You see it's kind of like a die cut, and each one slides out like that. So it makes this picture right there. this kind of a collage picture of each one of them. 3 films right there. And there's a booklet here too. And then each digipack design right here comes out like that. And again, you put them all together to make that one picture. So very interesting, unique design, which I haven't seen before. So I like that. And I'm looking forward to delving into these. I've only seen a couple Persian or Iranian films, so I'm looking forward to kind of expanding my knowledge and taste right there. And let me know what your favorite Criterion Collection release is so far, and what movie you would like to see Criterion Collection release in the future. Next up are 3 films from Twilight time. A lot of them are limited to 3,000 copies, but this one right here, Hussy, is limited to 2,000 copies. I didn't realize that until just now. It'll say that on the back. And this stars Dame Helen Mirren as a prostitute. So that was intriguing to me right away. I feel like she plays, you know, she was the queen, Gosford Park. She's played in a lot of classier roles. But this one's kind of intriguing. This is from 1980, and it stars John Shea. And this was his movie debut, it says on the back right here. I remember him as Lex Luthor in Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman back in the 90s. So it's interesting to see him in this one. It's basically Helen Mirren as a veteran hooker based out of a tawdry London cabaret. And then John Shea is a backstage technician who falls for her. I guess they have a relationship, and then there's different drama that happens. An ex-lover comes back into play for her, and then a partner in smuggling for him. So just a bunch of possible disasters in their relationship right here. And it's the first film writer, director, and thriller specialist Matthew Chapman, Stranger's Kiss, Heart of Midnight, and The Ledge. So looking forward to checking this one out. Helen Mirren, a babe right there. Look at that, yeah. So I really love what Twilight Time does as well with their booklets, their transfers, the special features, the titles that they choose. Again, interior artwork. There is Helen Mirren looking foxy. I feel like Criterion Collection, Arrow Video, Twilight Time, there are a few companies that I really enjoy. I like the titles they choose, the transfer special features, the packaging as well. Sometimes clear cases. I feel like usually they have clear cases. Just something simple like that, the booklets, interior artwork. I appreciate all the special features. Next up is Pinup Girl, and this one is from 1944 with Betty Grable. It says it stars her $1 million legs, and it was shown in great effect here. This is kind of a set in World War II era, and it's basically just her as a yarn-spinning USO hostess playing a game of dual identities with potential soldier beaus passing through New York. And it says there's a comedy favorites, Martha Ray, Joe E. Brown, and Eugene Pallett. And there's the Condos Brothers tap dancing, swing stylings of Charlie Spivak and his orchestra, and the rolling revelries of the skating vanities. So it looks like it's going to be an interesting slice of life during World War II times, and kind of escapism. It's a musical number here, and starlet Betty Grable. And again, I love the booklets, just all the information like that. If you're a fan of the films, I think you'll really appreciate it. And I'll go ahead and show you the interior artwork, which looks awesome. I'm very excited for all of these ones. And I feel like each time I'm reading more about it, the synopsis on the back, and checking out the booklets, I'm getting more interested in each one of these films. Next up is Behold a Pale Horse, also limited to 3,000 copies, as was Pinup Girl. The only one that was 2,000 of these 3 was Hussy. The thing that intrigued me about Behold a Pale Horse was the cast, with Gregory Peck, Anthony Quinn, and Omar Sharif. And this is directed by Fred Zinnemann, and this was from 1964. It's set following the Spanish Civil War, and Gregory Peck plays an exiled guerrilla fighter. Anthony Quinn is a dogged police chief who's laying a trap to catch him, and Omar Sharif plays a priest who kind of intervenes so they don't have this inevitable confrontation. And it says it's starkly photographed on French locations by Jean Badal, and it's powerfully scored by 3-time Academy Award winner Maurice Jarre. So again, the cast is what really drew me to this, and it sounds intriguing. And there is the booklet. I like that artwork right there as well. I actually might have preferred that as the cover art, but I still like the cover art too. And I'll go ahead and show you the interior artwork for it. It looks like they're at a train station. So there you go. And next up are 2 releases from Warner Archive Collection, which I really enjoy what they're doing with their releases as well, especially the titles that they're choosing. If I could give Warner Archive one criticism, it would be that a lot of them don't have special features or not enough special features for the particular releases. It's one thing I would prefer if they had more special features, but I get, you know, cost, I get it. But one thing I will say too, the Twilight time with the limited releases, I feel like that is the future of physical media. I feel like there will always be physical media, but I feel like a lot of the bigger studios that are releasing in large numbers might be releasing 100,000 limited copies or something to that effect. It's funny, back in the day, Anchor Bay used to do that as their limited edition things, their 10s and things like that, but that really wasn't that limited. But if you, especially in comparison to these, which are limited to 3,000 Twilight time, but I feel like that would be the future right there, where it's limited, and it makes more sense that way. But yeah, I still love what Warner Archive is doing, especially giving a lot of these movies Blu-ray treatments for the very first time. This one is Moonfleet, which is directed by Fritz Lang, which has me intrigued right there. Let me know what your favorite Fritz Lang movie is. M always stands out for me. This one, it says it's in the vein of Kidnapped in Treasure Island. Young John Mohune, played by John Whitley, arrives to his ancestral estate now owned by the mysterious Jeremy Fox, played by Stuart Granger. And it says this is one of his best screen roles right here. And this is in CinemaScope. And so basically, against his better judgment, and because he loves the young man's mother, he lets him stay there. And then soon the young man finds things that he's not supposed to find, including a smuggler's lair with all kinds of hidden treasures, I assume, and a village graveyard. And there's shocking secrets that could cost both of them their lives. Dun, dun, dun. So again, anything by Fritz Lang I'll check out. And it sounds like there's going to have some good performances here. And last but not least is Wagon Master from John Ford. And this is his lusty successor to Ford Apache and She Wore a Yellow Ribbon. And this apparently is one of his favorite films that he's done. It's basically a Western and deals with outlaws and using the Mormon wagon trail as a hideout from a pursuing posse. And against his human nature remains deadly and unpredictable. So yeah, anything by John Ford, Western-wise, I'll check out. I've been getting more into the Western genre, and John Ford is a legend, so I'm intrigued about this one. Growing up, I wasn't a big fan of Westerns, but in the past few years, I've come across a lot of Westerns that I've thoroughly enjoyed, so definitely looking forward to checking that one out as well. So there you go. Those are the 8 Blu-ray pickups. If you've seen these movies, definitely let me know what you think of them, and let me know which one of these is your favorite and which one I should watch first. Leave me those comments down below. Hope everyone's doing well. Take care.